test of time.
Did you just see him do all those flips? What is going on, guys? It is JJ here, back with a new video, and today we're going to take a look at 10 F1 records that may never be broken. Now, obviously these are extremely subjective. They're going to come from the Formula 1 channel, and I'm going to take them at face value. How old is this video even? We need to go back and look. It was made in 2019. So if there are any of these records that have been broken, let me know those. I'm very intrigued because I don't even know like what record there are in F1. It's a video idea that I just thought of that we will take a look at the most notable records in F1, like the wins record. Obviously I know the driver championships is a tie between Hamilton and Schumacher, but like the wins record, most consecutive wins, I think is Vettel at 9. I'm trying to think of what other records there are. Maybe like most consecutive last places or retirements or stuff like that. I don't even know what those records are. But anyway, we're gonna take a look at 10 that F1 thinks F1 will never be break. I don't know. That the Formula 1 team, Formula 1 sporting people think won't ever be broken. I don't know if that's the way I wanted to phrase that. But anyway, let's get into the video. As well, guys, you can find the original video on the F1 channel down in the description below. Let's do it.
Sebastian Vettel holds his fair share of records in Formula 1, but there's one in particular he won't be shouting about. In his first F1 appearance at the 2006 Turkish Grand Prix, he drove out of the garage for free practice 1 and immediately sped in the pit lane, just 6 seconds after leaving the garage. The German was duly handed a fine, the shortest ever time frame between starting an F1 career and earning a penalty.
I actually think that is such a dumb record to have. It's such a dumb record to have. But only Vettel could do that. 16 years of Vettel. It's so sad to see him go this year, but you know what? At least we've gotten to appreciate it. Very random record though.
From a driver who has an astonishing 147 race retirements to his name, it's no surprise that between 1985 and 1986, Andrea de Cesaris set a record for 18 consecutively. Some retirements were more spectacular than others, and with the modern era of Formula 1 cars proving to be rather reliable, this long-standing record may well stay the test of time.
Did you just see him do all those flips? That is
Some
insane.
retirements were more spectacular than others, and with the modern era of Formula 1 cars proving to be rather reliable, this long-standing record may well stay the test of time.
I hope they got rid of that hill. I really do hope they got rid of that.
At the 2011 Canadian Grand Prix, everything appeared to be going wrong for Jenson.
Most pit stops by a winner.
Puncture, a drive-through penalty, and 4 more passes through the pits meant he made a remarkable 6 stops. A superb charge through the field, though, including a sensational final lap pass on Sebastian Vettel, gave him the most unlikely and dramatic of race wins, and set a record for the number of pit stops en route to victory. Following championship wins in 2000 and 2001, Michael Schumacher and Ferrari stepped up to another level in 2002, with the German finishing on the podium in all 17 Grand Prix that year. Lewis Hamilton has matched the tally of 17 on 3 occasions since, but Schumacher's record of 100% podium finishes in a single season remains unparalleled.
I think that might be the best ever F1 season then. Not only did he win the Drivers' Championship, he in fact never finished out of the top 3 in every single race. How can that not be the greatest F1 season? I mean, like no retirements, no nothing.
Jackie Stewart and Damon Hill have won races by 2 full laps, but the single biggest winning margin in time belongs to Sir Stirling Moss. Over 50 laps of Portugal's Porto circuit, the Briton built up a staggering 5-minute 12.75 second margin over Ferrari's Mike Hawthorn, a gap that seems unlikely to ever be eclipsed. In another rain-affected race, the Monaco Grand Prix in 1996 saw a chain of incidents and reliability issues turn the race into a war of attrition. Michael Schumacher, Damon Hill, Mika Hakkinen and Jacques Villeneuve were among those caught out, leaving the Ligier of Olivier Panis to take victory, his only F1 triumph. David Coulthard and Johnny Herbert were the only other two drivers running on track at the checkered flag, while Heinz-Harald Frentzen was officially classified fourth, despite his race finishing in the pit lane 1 lap down.
That's such a weird race to finish.
The 1971 Italian Grand Prix saw F1's closest ever finish. BRM's Peter Gethin crossed the line just 1/100th of a second ahead of March's Ronnie Peterson, while just 0.61 seconds separated the top 5. As Gethin, Peterson, Francois Sever, Mike Hailwood and Howden Ganley finished virtually side by side. It's a record that could prove nearly impossible.
I don't think anyone will beat that.
Two drivers have remarkably managed to win a world championship without achieving a pole position in that same season. First, Denny Hulme in 1967,
How has
and
Niki
then Niki
Lauda done
Lauda
that?
in 1984, both failing to take top honours in qualifying, but strong enough on race day to make it count and take the...
So they are like the purest versions of a racer. They don't care if their car is the fastest when it comes to actually getting around the track. They just want to beat everyone that is on that track. That is a sick record. That is such a good record, actually. I like that.
The top prize. With qualifying specifically aimed at filtering the fastest cars and drivers, it's a feat that may never be matched again. The 1997 title decider at Jerez between Michael Schumacher and Jacques Villeneuve got off to a dramatic start on the Saturday, as both drivers, along with Villeneuve's Williams teammate Heinz-Harald Frentzen, all set identical lap times in qualifying. The drivers could hardly believe it, as literally nothing could separate them. Villeneuve would start the race from pole, as he was the first of the three to set the lap time.
That will definitely also not happen again. It will not
Formula
happen
One's
again.
oldest ever champion is Juan Manuel Fangio, who won in 1957 at the age of 46 years and 41 days. Now, with drivers of the current grid holding the records for youngest starter, point scorer, race winner and world champion, it seems almost impossible for a driver of Fangio's age to now win the world championship. But as with all these records, you just never know.
Yeah, you can't ever say never. Fernando Alonso could make it that far. Who knows at this rate? He still looks really, really good. Aston Martin is probably where he's going to retire, in my honest opinion. But okay. Let me know what you guys' favorite record is. That retirement one blows my mind. The Niki Lauda one blows my mind, but the Michael Schumacher one is 100% untouchable. It's 100% untouchable. It will not be broken. There's no way a man will finish on the podium, man or woman. I'll rephrase that because who knows, women in F1 could be a future thing. There's no way someone will end up on the podium for every single race in the season. No chance. Not today's cars. Someone will get in an accident and get them out of it. It's no chance. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Peace.